So I'm just setting off here. I'm going up there. You can just see between the two houses, but it's hidden in cloud. Up to the Drei Türme, the three towers, which are the pride and joy of the Montafon range. And it's going to take me a couple of days. I'm going to go up to a hut called the Lindauer Hütte and then spend the night up there. Going to camp near there in the woods somewhere. There are trees up there apparently. And then I'm going to go on up to the Drei Türme and go to the biggest one and then go down and then maybe go across that way, depending on how the weather is, depending on how my timing is, and go on to the Lunarsee, but we'll see how we get there. Anyway, I'm going to turn off and I'm going to head off. I'm going by foot from here, from Schroens, up to the Drei Türme, and we'll see how it goes. But before we head to the hills, we have to go to the Metzgerei behind me, which means a butcher shop to get some sausages. Hello. So we're finally getting going. I think we came up through the valley, through some towns, and now we're getting the walk up the valley. Looks pretty nice. So we're getting up there, we can see my mountains behind us. The Drei Türme, you just see the spiky one up there. I'm going to be going to the right of that. So here I am at the Lindauer Hütte. There it is behind me. There you go. And quite a nice view, as you can see. And I'm going to take you to see they have something called the winter room, which is open. The hut's only open in the summer, but around the back they have something called a winter Raum. Here you can see it here. There you go, winter Raum, and it's down here. The hut seems huge. There must be like space for dozens of people. Anyway, this is the winter Raum. and I'll give you a little guided tour. So you go in here, Winterraum, and it's open, and look at this. The lights go on. They have here juice, Pringles, soft drinks, slippers. Look at this. They have beer. Just take it outside, it'll get cold. Uberlander beer and soft drinks and water, and it's all on an honor system. Got a price list here. You put the money in here. I guess you put it in here. You can pay €2 to get 96 minutes of time in the kitchen. Look at this. You can heat, you can have wine or beer. Seriously, it is super cozy. Look at this. A guest book, sheepskin. Oh my God. And I'll tell you how much it costs. You can recharge things. That is super important. Might recharge some things, but... And then here, bedrooms with blankets and cots. And what is that? I don't even know what that is. Some sort of vertical TV and sound system. I have no idea. But pretty nice. I'm up at the above the hut. I have to find somewhere to camp, and I'm trying to find somewhere with a view, but take a look at that behind me. So I'm set up for the night. That's where I'm going to be sleeping. No tarp because the sky is blue, and then over there, just where are they? Those. That's where I'm going tomorrow, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a. I'll take another picture. There are 3 Türme, the really spiky one. I'm not going up that one because that's a rock climb. I'm not doing that by myself, no question of it. Then there's the sort of second big one in the middle one, and then there's the one at the back, which is the Große Türme, and that's the one I'm going to go up from the other side because I'm not going to scale those 500-foot vertical rock walls. I'm going to go up the other side and then come out on the top. So I'm quite excited. Anyway, it's quite a spot to spend the night. So I'm heading off. Take a look at the view. Pretty nice. And that's where I'm going. I am finally in the sun. Oh, it feels good. I was cold. Oh, that feels good. Oh, it feels like anything is possible. Just take a look around me. And there's Schoens is over there. That's where I came from. All the way down there. Okay, so I'm turning around. I made it to within 200 meters of the top, having having walked 2,000. I had 200 more meters, but it was just slippy. I was up at a gully. There were cables, and it was just too slippy. And I thought it would just be like, why take the risk? So I'll do it another day. It's just up there and around the back. Anyway, gonna head home, down and back to Shrooms.
Sorry,
Uh-huh.
where are you from actually?
I'm from the States.
Ah, okay. How come you wanted to go on to the
The,
three?
the, the Drei Türme?
Yeah.
Just because they were here because we're staying with someone in
Okay.
and we could see the mountain from there.
Ah,
And
right.
then when someone told me I could climb it, I
Okay.
decided, but it was too much.
Okay.
It was too much for me. So I got to just below the peaks, the middle peak there.
Ah, it's a little bit strange up there.
Yeah, I didn't. That was you up there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But the cables actually they are not very. They were quite.
I'll just zoom in here. I'll tell you where I got to. There we go. So there are the Drei Türme. So this one here is the lowest of them, the littlest, the sharpest, the spikiest. I walked past that. There's no question of climbing it. It's technical climbing. And then this middle one, I was supposed to go around, kind of around the back, and then come up and quickly do that peak there, and then go back around the back, and then come up and do the main peak there. But I didn't make it. I got just down here, just where the tree is, you can't see it. There's a steep snow gully, and it was fine. Someone was in front of me. He was making steps, so that was fine. It was quite steep going up there. That was no problem. But then all of a sudden it got onto a rocky part, which was slippery, with like a waterfall behind it, and cables, and I was just sliding on the cables. I just said, no, not going to take a risk. You don't take a risk when you're by yourself in the mountains. So I decided not to go take a risk. So it's a bit of a shame, but it was a beautiful day, and there's something magical about walking up in the Alps from the town. You walk up through the sort of the meadows and the sort of higher houses and the farms and the cows, and then you walk up above the tree line and you walk through the rocky moraine, and then you get into the high mountain, and there's something magical about being able to do all of that in one day. So I'm really glad I did that. So highly recommended. Just be careful of doing it in winter, and maybe go with someone who knows what they're doing.